What's up, ShoeBox Podcast family? You're here today with another episode today with your host, Bankroll. And you already know I gotta get my co-host out here on the stage, Buckaveli, out there with that new sauce Gardner, that new sauce Walker sauce. What's going on, Buck, man?
Hey, it's a parade in my city.
Major day, major day. Today was a major day. And he already got what basically the first topic of the show is going to be because we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We got the NFL trade deadline, folks. It was a mixture of a day, not too many moves, but a couple moves. But the first move that we got to speak of is the biggest move for us. It's out there getting that boy Sauce Gardner. Now, the Colts went out and got Sauce Gardner. Traded him. We traded 2 first-round picks for AD Mitchell. But tell the folks how you feel about that trade.
Little Steve, you feel me? But
Major deal.
we said we needed a playmaker. We needed somebody who's gonna make a difference. Somebody you can plug in. He's young. We don't have to pay that much because they paid him a year ahead in advance. Um, he's a cornerstone. He's one of the top 5 cornerbacks in the league. Look at this. Look at his stats. I love it. I'm kind of upset though because that means we got to sign Alex Pierce, and I felt like Indiana gave up a little bit too quick on AD Mitchell, sort of like how they did Anthony Richardson. But shout out to AD Mitchell, man. Kudos to you. But man, Sauce Gardner, they gonna give us. That's what we need. That's what we need in the secondary. That's what we need because this is gonna help our front line get to the quarterback. It's gonna give them more time to get to the quarterback, which we need probably like a point 0.5, 1 second difference. But this is what you need.
Yeah.
This is what you need.
This was a major move. It was a little steep. It wasn't a little steep. It was steep. It was hefty. Yeah, we definitely paid the cost. I mean, you're talking about 2 first-round picks. I hate to see AD Mitchell go, but he had a lot of missteps throughout his 2 years here. And I mean, greener grass is, on the other side for him.
It ain't
So
gonna be
I'm
long. That's purgatory, my boy.
Hey, I mean it is. They trying to figure it out themselves. And I mean they made even some more moves themselves on some premium players on their team. So I mean I like it though. You got Mooney Ward over there on the other side. You got Sauce, you got Kenny, Jalen
Yeah,
Jones, you got Beckman and Edwards, who was
like
already starters. It's looking good.
out there. So you got you a nice little secondary. So hopefully we can play more man to man and not play that zone. I think me and you was talking about it earlier on how you play the Kansas City, the Buffalo Bills, or those type of teams that just pick those zones apart. And
They
we
will.
can play man, we can face up, we can press now. So that's a hell of an option for a defense. Even though I feel like we needed a defensive rush, a defensive edge rush, but at this time, the price was probably a little higher than what we paid for, and that's what we had. So
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say that. I mean, but at the end of the day, these picks are going to be between 25 and 32, you hope. So, I mean, you're going to get a good player there. But if you say for the next 2 years, where we pick Sauce Gardner for the next 2 years, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. You got him for the next 5.5 years,
yeah,
at some decent money. So, I mean,
young,
it's
he's young.
25 years old.
Mhm.
25. So I think it was a good trade. I did want to see them trade for a lineman though, but we didn't get to see that, and it is what it is, pretty much.
That's all right though. You got you what you needed, man. We got us a lockdown corner. Let's go. Let's
Now
lock.
this is his I mean his contract is not that bad. You got 25.5 next year, 24.
It goes
Uh
down gradually.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to think about this too when you line up the careers of Kenny Moore and DeForest Buckner. These guys around the time when
They getting old.
you got the right pieces where you can move over to this place, you can move over to this, or you got something that's gonna be there, man. And we're gonna set the tone. We're gonna get the culture. AFC is ours to have, man. We're gonna come back.
We may, hey, this was a major move. I mean, this showed everybody that we trying to go all in, and you got to have some good corners to be able to stop the good quarterbacks. So it was a good trade. I liked it. I still feel like it was steep. I hate to see AD go, but you got to pay Pierce, uh, and you got Josh Downs probably in the next 2 years. So
Yeah.
you know he didn't really have a role too much after he did that little drop pass too. So that hurt him.
Like I said, I think he's still gonna be a good talent. I think he's gonna be elusive. I think he's gonna make a name for himself. Just we'll see. I just
Yeah.
want him a little too quick, but it's all good.
Now the NFL trade deadline, it had a lot of action. A couple brand name players, nothing too much. Now a guy that we did play in Pittsburgh was Kyle Duggar got traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a safety. We played him
Mm.
last week. You had Jalen Phillips, who I thought we could have traded for ourselves, got traded to the Eagles. What you think about that?
Hey man, the price was a third round, I believe.
It was a low price compared to what we thought it could be. We were
Yeah,
saying at least a second rounder and
but
maybe something else.
like you alluded to when we first talked about this, I'm tired of getting people that are injured or had
He is.
career season-ending injuries, bouncing back from an injury. We're done picking from that pool, and when you trade in these draft picks, and you're basically you're on 50-50 and you're just throwing it up in the air and see what you get. I can't be like that right now. It's time to lock in, be serious, make serious moves, and make your presence be felt. So
Yeah. And he a free agent too, so you gotta probably pay him. Well, not probably, you're gonna have to pay him, and you're giving up compensation. That ain't something really I would do. You had Jair Alexander was traded from the Eagles to the Ravens. He's been having an up and down
yeah,
season. As you see, they gave up Zaire and the seventh rounder to get back a sixth, which that's pretty low.
yeah, I'm not sure which way they're gonna head in what direction they're heading in with the Ravens defense because it's been underwhelming this year, and to do this and then come back and add a 27 seventh round just to get I guess it's what this year 6th round pick.
So the Eagles got the Alexander and the 2027 seventh rounder, which is the next year, and Baltimore got a sixth rounder for this year.
Mm. We'll see how that
I
picks.
mean, two trades for the Eagles that they hope they can do something with. Then you got another Jets player who, we could have used as well. Quentin Williams traded to the Cowboys. They traded a second round pick for this year, a 2027 first round pick for next year, and Mozzie Smith to the Jets for Quentin Williams. What you
Yeah,
think about that in Dallas?
I was screaming we need to get us a lineman, but shit, if that was the price, we could have got that. But I guess we wouldn't have got Sauce. But you know,
Yeah.
I'm not
And you
sure.
got Grove, and you already got Grove and Buckner down there already.
I feel like with these past little comments that Jerry Jones been making, just starting to open up the whole foreplay on what Dallas has been doing over his tenure. You know what, they can draft Jesus Christ all they want, they'll still be sad. That's how I feel about them. You know,
They
and
ain't never been good in my lifetime, and
they,
everybody love to talk about them. I don't get it, but
I
hey, to
think
each his own.
and Emmett, but Troy and them boys, but it's not what it
Back
used.
in the day, yeah,
It's
for sure.
over, man. I think they got some bad juju because they are just like we talk about them, and they're so underwhelming. They can't
All the
get
time.
every time, and it's like, why are we talking about them? They're no longer America's team. It's on. It's gone. The thrill is gone. They gone. Care about no damn Cowboys.
I ain't never seen America's team. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, well,
since
America's team.
from my eyes.
The most recent one for me was, I would say, the '05, '06 Indianapolis Colts. But because of the offense was so potent. But
Well, I'm just talking about America's team as far as the Cowboys. Now
it
they were
ain't
good with Dez Bryant and Tony and what's his name? Was it Tony Romo?
Tony
Tony
Romo.
Romo.
Tony
Yeah.
Romo won one playoff game. That is not good.
Well, they were decent in the regular season, but playoffs, yeah, one win. That was it.
Sad. Tony Romo should be the same, so he shouldn't talk crazy to nobody on TV.
Yeah. Then you had Jacoby Myers, who has always been rumored to get moved. He was finally moved to our arch nemesis,
I
the
can't.
Jacksonville Jaguars, in
I
exchange for a fourth round pick and a sixth round pick.
Let me ask you this, CJ. Do they still have what's the wide receiver that they had? He always tears us up. Was his name Ridley? No.
No, he's on the
It's on
Titans.
who is it? Man, look, Adding Myers just made it a little bit tougher, but I feel like we locked and loaded. We'll take that. But Jacksonville, we haven't played them yet, and if anybody knows
Yeah.
the rivalry we have between them, our nemesis, and our record as far as beating them on their own turf. This is one I can't wait to be. I can't wait for us to lock in and go down there to Jacksonville and take home the dub, though. But good shout outs to them, though. That was a good move. That was a good move for them and Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, Travis Hunter's out, knee injury. They
Yeah,
got Brian Thomas over there, and they got him. I mean, I don't know what the hype is about Buddy, but I guess he's pretty good. We'll see. We got some people to stop him either way.
Myers is nice. He gonna get you. He gonna get you together. And he stay on his shit, man. He's nice.
Yeah. And then the last trade we're gonna go ahead and discuss is Rashad Shaheed is traded to Seattle. They get another wide receiver, according to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. So they got Jackson Smith and Jigba. They got Cooper Cup and they got Rashid. And he's a fast
Hey, look,
wide receiver.
I'm telling you right now, they're the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. If their GM is not trying to protect him at all costs because they know, if anybody's familiar with the what's his name, Donaldson,
Sam Darnold, the quarterback.
Sam Darnold, he
Yeah.
played for the Vikings last season and kind of got exposed in the playoffs. And due to that, I believe it was the fact that he couldn't get in the end zone. When he got to the end zone, he couldn't score. And I think because only you had Jefferson, you had another I think Addison.
Addison. Yeah.
Addison was out there, and you only got those two targets. But I think because he's been exposed before. Remember, his career was kind of going down, so he's one of those rejuvenated project quarterbacks. We're bringing on new life, so he got out of the fire in Minnesota. So I think what they're trying to do is just stack the deck, make sure he still has heli options because if you get jammed or boxed in, you don't want him to fold or go back into regress mode. So smart on the GM to stack up their receivers for him because they can make a push. Seattle can make a push. Uh, not sure how far they'll get, but they can definitely make a push
They pretty
playoffs.
good. They
Yeah,
should see, yeah.
we'll see.
So that's the trade deadline. So we gonna go ahead and get over to some of our games. It was a light, nothing to touch on too much. You had the Baltimore beat Miami 28-7. Lamar came back. He looked like, Lamar, belt to ass situation.
Yeah,
Lamar looks like Lamar.
Lamar look like Lamar, but their record looks like they're too far out of the picture, and this is going to be is this going to make or break their season? Are you going to lock in and roll with what you got and make a push towards the wild card? Um,
Yeah, they got what it take. They only out by a game, even though they record look ass.
yeah, excuse me, and yeah, man. And with that being said, 3-5, god damn, it's hard. You got to dig yourself out of a huddle. They got a soft schedule. It's Lamar
They
Jackson,
do.
two-time MVP. Yeah, so they can do it. Anybody can do it. They can do it. But I just don't want to put that stress and pressure. And then when you finally get to the playoffs, you're exhausted. So there's something to monitor there.
That's a possibility, but they ain't got no choice. They got to do something, or they will be at home with all the rest of the sad teams. And then we got to go on to Sunday night football. You had the Seattle Seahawks, who we just talked about, who made a trade, beat Washington 38-14. Unfortunately, Jaden Daniels dislocated his elbow in this game. Probably be out the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I'm starting to see a reoccurrence of RG3 5.0. And if you are the Washington Redskins, I mean Commanders, please do not repeat history twice. You got your franchise quarterback. He shouldn't have been out there. They was getting their ass chewed up and spit out. Okay? It was a damn shame. He should have been on the sideline taking notes, watching video. He already's coming back from a devastating knee injury, and this is how you go out. So somebody needs to be talked to in the front office of the Commanders.
Yeah, and they were already getting beat. It was the fourth quarter. I mean, you're not really coming back down. It may have been about
Oh,
30 something to 7.
your
Came
season's
out the game.
over. Your season's over.
Now it is. It's definitely over. And Seattle looks like a pretty good team, 6-2. So that's not bad for them. Then we got the game of the week here. We got Buffalo against Kansas City.
Mm, yeah. Buff
Buffalo ended up beating Kansas City.
and that was a good game. Buffalo pretty much had it. They had it, man. Josh Allen figured it out. I believe he's 5-1 now against Patrick Mahomes during the past 2 seasons, if you ask me.
He is. This is some of the highlights.
From the 7, Mahomes steps up, thought about flinging it, and gets within a yard of the first. Nope, it is Hunt, and he gets in with ease. Touchdown, Kansas City. Spread everybody out.
So a couple highlights from the game.
Playing from behind. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. I'm out here trying to fight disease. But, man, playing from behind in some certain senses, what it's looking like now is just not the norm.
And he is 5-1
It's not the norm for me for Kansas.
against Patrick Mahomes. So I mean, the major thing with Josh Allen is you gotta be good in the playoffs. Like, you know, the regular season really don't mean too much.
I think, honestly, Josh Allen truly had a good season last season. Even in the playoffs, it was just Kansas City, man. That was tricky. But he had a solid performance in the playoffs. I believe this year, I think we might see Buffalo go to the Super Bowl. They could
You
possibly.
think so?
They're going to the AFC Championship for sure. You no longer have Baltimore, which you wasn't worried about. You're no longer worried about Kansas City. You got the Colts in front of you, depending on what the Colts can do. If you're talking AFC, and then who else in the AFC is frightening that you think that could compete?
You got Pittsburgh, Denver. The Chargers aren't terrifying, but they are decent. You did.
You said Denver. I think
Mm-hmm.
might fall short. Honestly, I think Pittsburgh is going to fall short this year, and it's just going to come down to, you know, they didn't really make any good moves their damn selves, and honestly, that defense is still going to get exposed. And I've been looking at Rodgers, man. If you put some fire up under him, you could put them in a shaky situation. I mean, even with the Colts Pittsburgh game, what was it, 6 takeaways, and they only won by 7 points. So.
I mean, and that's good for us because I mean, we'll get to that, but Josh Allen, as you see on the screen, 5-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, but he is 0-4 in the postseason, and that's been his biggest problem. Really, is the postseason. He had a good game, uh, 23 for 26, 3 touchdowns. He has 5 straight wins against Kansas City in the regular season. Now, in our MVP voting, we had to unfortunately take out Daniel Jones, as we'll explain later in the show. but we had to put in Josh Allen, and we still got Matt Stafford up there. So, what you think about these stats?
Josh Allen 62. What do we have? 107. What? 107, 70% completion rate, 13 TDs, 4 interceptions. Look, there's winning games. I think Matt Stafford's doing it on a higher level to a certain degree, minus, you know, their numbers look similar. But I think Matt Stafford, just his him being in the league so long, I think he's doing it on a higher. I just think he's not getting the shine and attention as Josh Allen would. Because, Matt Stafford's been in the league for a minute and,
Oh, yeah.
he's in LA now. So LA's not the hot team right now. But no, that takes nothing away from Josh Allen. I believe these two are up in battles. I think Matt Stafford just doesn't get the shine like everybody else. So
Yeah, and a lot of people want to put Patrick Mahomes in this conversation and not even mention Matthew Stafford, but I think Matthew Stafford is having a better season than Patrick Mahomes. I think he's having a better season than Josh Allen. I think it's really just hype. Like, I mean, look on the screen, 21 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
yeah, you can 67 completion rate. So you
Yeah,
can't.
I mean that's low, but 21 and 2 compared to 13 and 4, but that is what that is.
But
Now,
he does have 21 TDs to that 13. That's a big difference.
that is a big difference.
I
It
take
is a big difference. Now, unfortunately, we gotta talk about it. You say I got the regular clothes on today. No Colts attire because unfortunately, although we did get a good trade, we lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 27-20. The score looks like we put up a fight, but to be honest, it was a turnover massacre. Like Buck said earlier, it was 6 turnovers. We didn't run the ball. It's like we forgot we had Jonathan Taylor. He only had 14 carries for 45 yards, if there was that many carries.
this.
Uh, Ridiculous.
And just to piggyback off you, Josh Taylor didn't get forgotten. The line forgot how to protect. And when your line forgets how to protect, these are the things that happen. I think if the line was to put up a better fight and it was protecting Daniel Jones, we don't get the strip sack fumbles. Hell, we probably don't even get a couple of those tip ball interceptions, and then that would stray away from those interceptions he threw. But with that being said, they was tearing us apart on that line, man. That's another reason why we couldn't get the run game going. They was just simply just they was clogging everything up and putting pressure on us, and that put us in a bad predicament. But I'm optimistic, and as a true Colts fan, I just believe we needed this wake up call right now in the middle of the season, not towards the end. We needed a wake up call. We needed something to tap us on the head and tell us, "Hey, this shit ain't over." You know what I'm saying? So
No, definitely not
we
over.
capitalize off of this and tighten up in some ways.
Yeah. And so, through these last games, Daniel Jones is the leader through passing yards with 2404 compared to Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Drake May, and the MVP we say, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's good there. And then, of course, we got Jonathan Taylor, who is still, even though he had 45 yards last game, he's still leading the league with 895 yards compared to James Cook, Rico Dowdle, J.K. Dobbins, and Javante Williams. So we still on the top of the list. We just lost, and I'm not too worried about it. You know what I mean? Like you said, I'd rather it happen now compared to later type of ordeal.
James Cook, be on the lookout for James Cook though. James Cook he might try to clip him for that rushing title.
Yeah, I think we get back on track against the Falcons,
Of
and
course.
I
Of,
think JT probably puts up at least 125 yards passing it. I mean, 125 yards rushing at least.
yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
At least. So now we gonna kick over the gears over to the NBA tonight. We got a couple games going on tonight. Y'all know it's Tuesday, so Michael Jordan talks at the halftime. But we got the 76ers against the Bulls. We
Mm,
got
that's
the
a good
Suns and Warriors, and we got the Thunders and Clippers. So let's start with the 76ers and Bulls. Who you got?
76ers and Bulls. I'm telling y'all now, if you ain't seen DJ Edgecombe on the 76ers, you're missing out. This might be one of the most exciting backcourts to come in the near future with him and Tyrese Maxey. I'm so for it. Hopefully they get Paul George back. I don't know when he comes back. Is Embiid playing?
No, I don't know. Embiid is playing. He's on a minute restriction right now.
Right.
But Paul George ain't back though.
Yeah, I would love to see him. But don't sleep on the Chicago Bulls. Well, but they're probably like 5-1 right now. They
They're
got
5-1.
talent out there. They got some talent. I can't remember old boy's name, man. He's like 6'8". He's like 6'8" point forward. And Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey.
Josh
Yeah.
Giddey balling lately, man. So shout out to the Bulls, man. The Bulls, that's a nice matchup, low key matchup. So
Yeah,
conference.
the Bulls being as good as they are is shocking, and so is the 76ers. I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they are.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's shocking. Then we got the Suns and the Warriors. Who you think gonna beat each other there?
I hope the Suns is healthy because I would want to see that. I know it's not the Suns is not an ideal team, but I think that'll be a cool little matchup. Now,
They still missing a couple players.
if Dylan Brooks isn't playing, I wouldn't want to see it because Dylan Brooks gonna bring the defense for Phoenix. Phoenix defense is kind of shaky, and because due to they got two offensive players, Jalen and Devin Booker, but. Yeah, man, but I think Golden State will pull out. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a shootout in some type of form. That's if the Suns are healthy.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan's playing. I think Jalen Green is still out, but I think it still
Oh,
be a good matchup.
if
Still,
that's the case, then Golden State should toast them. It should be a nice little
I
toast.
think yeah, I still pick the Warriors to win. And then we got the late night game against the Thunder against the Unction, the Clippers.
Staying up for it. I'm staying up for it. 11 o'clock that is Eastern time.
Yeesh, 11:10 Eastern time. NBA got to chill with these games. As a matter of fact, while we talking about these games in NBA, well, it ain't got nothing to do with the NBA, but Disney and your affiliates not having ESPN on
YouTube TV.
YouTube TV is ridiculous. Like we can't
Go to
watch
your
Monday
provider.
Night Football.
All your providers. Everybody is a must.
You gotta do something. I mean, I did. I switched over to football because I gotta watch it. It's the
Hey,
trade deadline. I gotta be informed. So you might have lost me,
you might have
but
lost them. You lost
you
me.
might have lost me.
You might have
You
lost me.
might have.
Who's going to be a part of this household?
At this point because I gotta watch it, and you talking about you gonna give me a $20 credit, but you don't know when you gonna give me the $20 credit for some shit I already paid for but can't watch, but you want me to continue to pay. It don't make sense to me. So
Not
Fubu I go.
everybody trying to scare you.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. And really, Fubu, you overcharging. So really, after I do my 7-day trial with y'all, Fubu, I'ma switch over to Sling because Sling TV is cheaper. So for all y'all trying to figure it out as well, I'm not even in the camera. For some of y'all trying to figure it out as well, Sling TV might be the best way to go because they're cheaper and you get the same shit. So
Mm-hmm.
guarantee
And,
you.
and if you go with the ESPN bundle on Disney Plus, it's $29.99. You get the unlimited package. You can watch all of the ESPNs, all of the updates, all the coverage, and you get everything, man. So if you into sports, you don't want to get all of the extra stuff, just go get you the Disney Plus package, the unlimited
Yeah.
ESPN. Set
Or
you up.
y'all gotta figure it out. But back to the Thunder and Clippers. I got the Thunder.
I got the Thunder too, man. When is Williams coming back, man? When is not Williams? When is J
Yeah,
Dub?
they do. I don't know. They being cautious with them.
Yeah, don't get me wrong though. Clippers is nice too. So I do have OKC winning eventually. Now, if Kawhi's playing the whole game and they put him on Shea, I would love to see that matchup and see how Shea, if he changes his game or does he do anything different? Or does Kawhi come through and put the claw on him? You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good matchup, man. It's just late as fuck. You gotta go up and get up in the morning. That's some bullshit.
Man,
Yeah,
11:10.
you got these West Coast games. It's just getting out of hand. Okay.
A 10:30 was pushing it.
Push.
Now you push it back another 45 minutes. Is you want me to watch a basketball game at 1 a.m. Eastern time is outrageous. Like I ain't got a job the next day. And I came in a little groggy because I told the boss, hey, I was up watching the Lakers.
Now you getting kicked off the line.
Written up because the nigga done slept on the line or something.
Yeah.
Talk about a nigga sleeping, not enjoying his situation, right? We gotta go ahead and get y'all the Ja Morant interview.
Porter's Ja.
And there we go. So this is what Ja had to say about how he feels in Memphis.
What happened Friday and move on?
Y'all asked that question to them, huh?
What about for you?
Y'all asked that question, so y'all know the answer to that.
Do you feel like everything's been resolved?
Yeah. They told y'all that, right?
Well, yeah, but
There
we
you
didn't
go.
hear it from you.
Obviously, they can't go and tell y'all something I ain't say.
You feel like you got that same joy right now that we used to see from you?
No.
Why not?
What can be done to get it back?
We'll see.
Do you think you have a good relationship with the franchise?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah. They told y'all that, right?
I didn't say anything about that.
If I had a good relationship, I wouldn't talk to him at all. So, and we had
So that was what Ja Morant had to say. What do you got to say about that after hearing that, Buck? What do you think, Ja Morant's on the trade deadline or what? Or on the trade line or what?
If you're Memphis, you need to go talk to Ja. I need to have a real sit down. Like, it's been a lot of stuff on his end. And I'm not sure. There's been some other things under Memphis in the front office. I'm not sure what the point of Jenkins getting fired. That was different. I think it's like a front office thing where they put their guy in their new coach, and he's implemented a new offense that Ja doesn't like. And it seems like it's starting to look like they're on a split. And if I'm Memphis, either you have a talk with Ja and y'all settle your differences, or y'all agree to disagree. But you're gonna have to get that trade value up. So he's gonna have to play, and he's gonna have to get you some games to get that trade value up if you're gonna get the best for him. Because right now the market for him isn't gonna be what you want in return, and it's only gonna get worse. So
Yeah, like Buck said, the market for Ja Morant right now is not robust at all. Not too many people want him. The same goes for Triple J. Ain't nobody really checking for him either. So, I mean, they gotta get the morale up and do something. You know, Ja's one of
what team picks up Ja Morant?
I don't know. The Heat would be a good option.
Yeah, but what are you giving up?
Well, this is reports that actually they think Trey Young and Ja Morant could flip flop straight up. What you think about that? That's actually one trade that's out there.
But what does Memphis have? You got Triple G, you got Jaren Jackson.
And I mean, to me, you're just flip flopping the same nigga.
I
Pause.
mean,
Like,
teams do this with the Mavs and the Suns with Steve Nash and Jason Kidd. I could possibly see it in some standings like that. But here's the thing.
no,
Let's listen to me right here when I say this. You turn around and you move Ja Morant from Memphis, Tennessee, and you take him and you put him in Atlanta, Georgia. You think anything,
mm-hmm.
you think anything gonna change or it's gonna get worse?
It's gonna get worse.
Oh, is it gonna get worse? We in
It's gonna
Atlanta
get
now
worse.
with it.
Yeah,
We
it's
in
gonna get
Atlanta
worse.
now with it.
Yeah, the clubs is back popping. Meech is out. Meech finna pop out. Yeah,
And
it's gonna get wicked out there.
you done put
But to me, it really don't do nothing. You're switching the same nigga, like they the same person. They're just you hoping in this situation that a different scenery is good because they do the same thing. They both job play a little bit better defense, but they both can score. They're both flashy. You know what I mean? They both can handle the environment of Memphis or Atlanta.
I'm not sure what Memphis. Where do you go from here on out? Like, what are y'all going? They confuse me like the Sacramento Kings. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, where are y'all going?
Just trying to be mediocre, be relevant, but not being relevant.
That's a bad look. But whatever. Ain't my team. No.
Definitely ain't. But John Morant is one of my favorite players. I adopted
For
him.
sure,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I care, but we got to get it together. I don't know what, like you said earlier, I don't know what team he would even be on, but we shall see how that goes. Now we got to get to the next topic, which is, Michael Jordan speaking on halftime. Now, this next video we got is Michael Jordan describing how he feels about the halftime show.
Load management has become such a hot button in the NBA.
How I know you were going to talk about that one?
Because you played 80 games a lot. A lot. You played 82. What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. He's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
So give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game, but you fought through.
Third game of the season, started my career.
Okay.
I twisted my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twisted your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. This is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact. And I twisted my ankle. I taped it up, and I went back out, and I played. And I felt that. I always felt that. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform. Right? Even if I couldn't. Utah, great example. Everybody said the flu game. It's game 5, which is a very pivotal game. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. Well, once I got out there, you never know how, pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right?
So that night you got out there and you found you could do more than you thought you were going to be able to do.
Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, all those things catapulted me to, I'm going to gut this thing out.
And so that was what Mike had to say about load management. It was very insightful. Mike got that old head mentality of, what I'm saying, I'm going to play because of the fans and, and that's cool. I ain't got nothing against what he said. I feel like a lot of players should be able to play if they can, but we all know load management really comes from the team, not the players.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't say nothing wrong. I feel like what he said, I agree with everything he said. I mean, people pay their hard-earned money, and you up here sitting down like people can't even play through. I mean, me growing up personally, people play through shit like that, ankle sprains, ligaments, all type of shit. This is like you get paid a hefty amount of money. And I'm not saying if you are fucked up to go out there and fuck it up even more, but I'm just saying certain things you gotta be mindful. And plus, how bad do you want it? That question the integrity of the game, and it questions the hunger for most of these players. But some of these niggas are just soft, and this is what it is. And these teams are ushering in these management, making it even worse for these players that are soft. Shit, you can't
Yeah.
have.
Some of them don't want to go out there. They want to rest up until they 100%, which you'll never be 100%. You're always gonna be hurt during the season as a pro athlete. That's just what comes with the shit. You know what I mean? And some people are tough physically and mentally more than others. And we all know that to be a fact.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So we're gonna get to over to your next subject, which is another subject dear to your heart. Your Lakers, dog. You got Lakers 3-game win streak, and they've been winning without some of their top players. And who are their top players? You got the greatest, LeBron James. You got Luka Magic. You got AR Austin Reeves, right? You got players out there. Smart
Talking
is
about
doing his job. Rui Hachimura. I
a
mean, let's look at some of Luka Doncic has had one of the best 3-game starts.
Yeah, Jay, he's up there with Will Chamberlain records right here. Look at that 44, 12, 6, 49, 11, 8, 43, 12, and 9. It's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. That's MVP status. That's MVP numbers right there. Good job.
Crazy numbers. Video game type of numbers.
Yeah, shout out to Rob.
Right. As we said, players in NBA history with 3 consecutive 40-point games to start the season. Luka Doncic this year and Wilt Chamberlain into the
2 times.
list.
Wilt the Steel. Can't get
Like
mad.
we said. Full list of players with 125 points or more through their first 3 games.
Ooh,
Right. You got Wilt 3 times, Michael Jordan once, and you got Luka Magic Doncic.
yep, and that was Michael Jordan's second year. Ooh.
86, 87, and you got 61 through 63 Wilt, and then the 65 through 66 Wilt.
Consecutive. Hey, Wilt I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't never seen Wilt play, bro.
Wilt is still the GOAT.
He's what these demigods were. Listen,
Yeah. So how you feel about the Lakers winning without their star players so
I
far? You think that's a good sign for them?
think it's a real good sign. I think it shows that guys rely on each other. They trust each other. They built some type of cohesiveness, chemistry. We're starting off on all 4 cylinders, even without our main stars. Luka set some nice. Luka Reeves and have set this past game out, and Luka Doncic. I mean, not Luka Doncic, but DeAndre Ayton had 29 and 10 last game. You had your boy Nick Smith Jr., I believe, with 25, and then you had who else was out there? Oh, Rui Moore with. There you go, Jackson Hayes. Man, and them boys, hey, I'm telling you, man, when you looking around and you starting to look down the bench and you got a deep bench like that in the West, you got to put something together. I think Lakers always needed a center. That was our main thing. And we got what we got. We got what we needed. And we also got that perimeter. Shout out to Marcus Smart. You're not going to see it too much on the stat.
Nice pass.
But Marcus Smart brings a different level of intensity to the team as far as paying attention to defense, fighting for loose balls, going out there and setting the tone for that perimeter defense. He's not going to wow you with scoring, but he can shoot and he can make plays. But it's just something the Lakers haven't had in a long time since probably Avery Bradley in that 2020 bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the Lakers is as the time goes on, and then you get LeBron back. Some of those guys' roles will kind of shrink, but if you know you can sit this guy out and put this guy in, and you can give LeBron that rest, and he doesn't need to, go out and prove himself. Luka doesn't have to overdo it. You got the right crew, man. So we're gonna see how this Lakers season turns out, man. I'm not making nothing, I'm not promising nothing, but it's starting to look up though. It really is. I think we're probably a backup center away from really trying to do something.
It's looking promising for him. You get LB back in the lineup. You see what you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people's roles do get diminished,
And
but you get LB back in the lineup, it look good.
shout out Jake LaRavia because everybody wanted to know who was number 12. Well, you know now.
Who is number? Hey, Buck, tell him again. Who's number 12?
Jake LaRavia. Yes,
Okay.
Jake. Give me the money, Jake. Give me the money.
Okay.
He got you. I'm telling you. That's Austin Reeves, one of his partners and also client on the same agency. I think they have the same agent. He recruited him.
Okay.
He recruited him over to the Lakers. There was a bidding war. People was questioning why did they sign him the first day of free agency. Well, now you're seeing it, and this is
Yeah.
what it. And this is what we also want. We wanted from Rui. Jake LaRavia brings a different level of intensity. His game speaks for itself. He has a shifty European game. He's also a big body. He plays real decent defense. He knows how to play off ball real well. He has a knack for getting the ball in the bucket, but also taking advantage of what his defender isn't or is doing. So shout out
Yeah.
to Arabia, man. That's a real good signing. And shout out to DeAndre Ayton, man. 29 and 10 last night. You had no Austin Reeves, no Luka. Man, and Nick Smith Jr. on a two-way. We got him for 50 more games. He's a score first scorer. I loved it, man. And shout out to JJ Redick because he's back on the same trajectory as last year, if not showing signs of better and more improvement. Even though the roster is improved, he's also improved. So shout out to JJ and his staff.
All right. Shout out to JJ. Doing a good job coaching. And
Yeah.
now, we're going to switch over to say congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers on winning back-to-back World Series championships. Congrats to y'all. Y'all are the first back-to-back champions since the Yankees did it back in the early 2000s. We got to give a special shout out to Will Smith.
Yeah.
You got to take that banner down. Will
Bro.
Smith hit the home run to win the game. And Will Smith is not only a six-time World Series champion, but a six in a row champion. Started with the Dodgers in 2020, went over to the Braves and won, went to the Houston Astros and won, the Rangers, Texas Rangers in 23, came back to the Dodgers and got back-to-back. So shout out to Will Smith. How you feeling about Will getting six in a row?
Hey, I think he's done something probably nobody's ever done in sports. I mean, as far as, honestly, in sports, six in a row is crazy. Every year, that's consecutive champion. I don't think anybody in sports has ever did six in a row and won six in a row.
And
Ever.
that's Mike has six, but not six in a row.
Got
He
three piece. Got three piece. That's different.
Yeah.
This man went 6 years in a row. That has to be an individual record in some sort. And shout outs to LA because
Well, I don't think so. I think basketball, Bill Russell. Bill Russell probably.
that's true.
And his teammates probably.
That's true. But in baseball, I don't think that's ever been done.
And
But
baseball, I don't think it's ever been done, yeah.
LA Dodgers, I watched them. I watched those games. It was some good ass fucking baseball. If you love baseball, man, I'm telling you, to be down, first of all, to be tied. Then Will Smith comes in, hits the home run. You're still not done. You're at the bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. And what is it? How do you spell it? How do you say his name?
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto is pitching lights out get them out. Then go ahead. You got the last guy. I don't know who that guy was. The dude that was on the base for the Blue Jays. He was built like a fucking party.
Oh, Vladdy Guerrero.
No, I'm talking about the last one up to bat before.
On first baseman. Oh, okay.
No, yeah, but Guerrero was already on third base. The last guy that was built like a party wing that came up and hit that ball, he had short arms. When he hit it ground, and then Mookie Betts went up for the double play.
Yeah, I think that's coming up towards the
probably one of the best game sevens in sports, to be down against all odds, and that's how you do it. You only had one out. You only had one out. Do you understand how hard that is? You had one out with the bases loaded. Bases were loaded.
Right there, mid-10th.
Extra innings. That's crazy. You're about to lose. If anybody else, in any other eyes, you are about to lose this World Series.
Close game.
Yeah, it's over.
Boom. And then Will Smith hits the home run.
Will Smith hit the home run right before that, but then you got one out, and the bases are loaded. Come on, man. And Yoto, man, he just pitches lights out. Like, you could see it because it changed up. I started noticing, they was trying to trick him up with the throwing a couple balls here, ball pitch here, ball pitch there. Then you come up with some strikes. But at that point, he had to pitch light.
Double play. Game.
Mookie Betts. That was a hell of a game 7. I couldn't.
Definitely was.
Play.
And Yoshibu Yamamoto, he won the MVP. He played 3 games. He pitched 17.2 innings, had 2 errors, 15 strikeouts, and got 3 dubs in 1 series.
Yeah. Talk about closing.
That's the type of pitcher you need, and that's the type of person that you bring on to your team. Magic Johnson now has 15 championships, right? Most of them now have came as owner.
Balling.
Doing his thing out there. And then, we got to give out, a good retirement for Clayton Kershaw going out on top. 3-time champion.
Yeah.
So
shout out
to Kershaw.
Yeah. And shout out to the owner, Mark Walton, man. I can't wait till he brings his culture over to the Lakers. Can't wait. LA it's a beautiful time to be in LA.
For sure. You think you always say that he's going to do big things for the Lakers.
People do not understand how far the Lakers are. As they're one of the most popular, if not most, expensive franchises in sports, but they're far behind front office wise, analytics. They don't have certain criteria and tools that these front offices in the NBA are using today, and it's been overlooked and overglossed. And Jeannie Buss finally came to her senses. She did something that was in the right. It might not have been what her dad would have did, but
Right.
Gotta do, man.
Do what you gotta do. Now, folks, we gonna get y'all out of here on this one. Now, it was a big fight supposed to come up next weekend down there. It was supposed to be in Vegas, I believe, at first. Then they canceled it. Now, we got the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis fight has been canceled due to Gervonta Davis having another case being put out against him for beating up another woman. So we won't get to see this fight. This fight pretty much, I wasn't interested in seeing this either. Anyway, heavyweight against I forget what even, I know Tank's in the 130 division, so I can't remember what the name of that division is, but it's, small guy, big guy. It made no sense. It shouldn't have happened. Prayer to the woman that was in, has been going through whatever. But I already heard you said you didn't want to see it anyway.
Never wanted to see it anyways. I think it was disrespectful to the sport of boxing, and it deserved to be canceled. So, good. Something we should have been seeing in the first place. Because if you anything, you need to be fighting Roach. You need to be going back and with that. That's what we need.
Definitely go back and get that rematch so he can get his get back that you didn't give him. And this was all a money play. We knew it. And from what I heard, they canceled it because it wasn't really pulling in no bread anyway, because really nobody wanted to see it. And this was we knew this was like a strictly money grab compared to a Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. We were somewhat interested. You had Mike doing the videos of the heavy bag, so you think, oh damn, Mike still got it. He might come out there and really knock Jake Paul out. But in this type of situation, nah, we ain't going for it. I ain't liking that. So we appreciate y'all, man. That was another episode of the ShoeBox Podcast. Until next time, y'all already know what it is. Peace.